So, good afternoon, everyone. I represent Philips Lighting, which is one of the largest lighting organization globally, though it is considered as Indian as any other company because we are here for 87 years. And we are leading the transformation of lighting towards connected lighting, which makes cities, urban spaces more livable and connected. So let's see what we have to offer. Now, when we talk of lighting, it's not just as individual we are affected and we use or consume lighting. As a citizen for any city, lighting is everywhere, be it a park or a plaza for the city, if there is a tunnel, if there is a stadium, roads and street, not to forget. So there are buildings, monuments, iconic buildings for any city. They also need right lighting. So if we really see, lighting can be applied to many different application areas which are owned by local administration. Either the municipal corporation or development authority is responsible to provide right lighting for different application areas. Now, as citizens, we need more light. We need roads and the streets of our cities, our colonies to be well illuminated so that we feel safe to walk, we feel safe to have an evening jog in a park, right? So we are under a need of more and more light. But it has to be efficient as well. As we know, lighting costs energy. About 20% of a city's energy consumption goes towards public lighting. It's a huge amount of energy consumed. So lighting systems needs to be efficient. Can we use newer technologies to increase efficiency of our lighting installations? Can we use renewable energy sources like solar energy for generating electricity for use at light source? And if these light source installed at various application areas, whether it is roads for the city or if it is in a stadium, can they be connected? So imagine light points which are remotely monitored, remotely controlled, remotely operated by the city authority. So they know where light points have failed, where there is less light, and if it can be intuitively switched on to full output, looking at the people movement, looking at the traffic movement. Now we talk of crowd management through lighting. So lighting actually has many ways to make a city safe, a city livable, and creating iconic spaces for the city. Now I'll take few examples which are from our country only, how various cities and towns are utilizing connected lighting from Philips to create livable and iconic monuments. So I talked about connected operations where light sources are so smart that they inform the authority that there is a failure, please rectify it. And we know crime reduction, or we also talked about Swachh Bharat mission. Din mein to we see enough daylight and we can create the, we can clean or clear the streets or surroundings of all the kuda, karkat, whatever is there. But if there is enough light on roads and street in night, we will still have that conscience that I will not throw this wrapper here. Just because there is darkness, I may throw a wrapper or a waste on road. But if there is clean roads and enough light, sufficient uniform light on the roads and the areas of the city, we will have our conscience there. And it goes same with crime rate reduction. We feel safe if there is enough light in the city, on the roads or in the parks. Typically, we don't go to a park which is not well lit, right? So there is a direct relation between crime rate reduction and good lighting. So that is very important aspect to keep in mind for city authorities while they plan the lighting. And if those light sources are connected, because city authority gets to know if a light source has failed only by traditional way of patrolling an area. If somebody goes to some area and sees, if a citizen is vigilant enough, he can inform the authority or the corporation that there is no light on this road. Otherwise, city authority might have a weekly schedule to survey, do the patrolling, and then rectify the faults. While if systems are connected, we get to know, the city authority get to know which light point has failed and needs immediate rectification. So the uptime of street lights and public lighting can be as high as 95% or more. As of now, we see in many of the cities where smart systems are not installed, uptime of public light is typically somewhere about 60 to 70% only. Now, as we are aware, we are seeing move from conventional light sources to LED sources. And LED sources have benefit of digital controls as well as for open spaces, public spaces, use of color changing solutions which can enhance open spaces. It also offers design freedom to the city. Various stakeholders involved, the urban planner, the architects for the city, they can take use of, make use of this technological advantage that a building need not look like same repetitive, and with dynamic lighting, with controlled lighting, we can actually make that building or a monument look different at different days, at different events, at different festivities. So that design freedom is what being utilized. We invite people to be more social, spend time outside their homes, feel safe in those areas. And enhancing open spaces also leads to increased perception of safety. Now I'll just take few examples here, how right lighting also increases the social awareness through social media. There are few leaders who don't leave any stone unturned when it comes to increasing the awareness. And utilizing social media is also like when I am in a particular space and I take a photograph or I take a selfie, I will typically post it on any of the social media. And what kind of engagement when our leaders do it, our citizens do with that kind of post. That's amazing to see. So this is one of the example, the North Block and the South Block, the powerhouse of India, the secretariats of India, both have been illuminated with dynamic color changing lighting, and none other than our beloved Prime Minister. He is also eclectic about it, he is tweeting about it, and see the kind of engagement citizens are doing with these tweets. Everyone is liking it, people go there, tourists and visitors, you leave them apart. Even the citizens of Delhi go there, take selfie and post it proudly on their social media accounts. Similarly, the Gyara Murti. We talk of Varanasi, the renowned ghats of Varanasi have been illuminated with our color kinetics solutions. Varanasi has taken it as a task to convert most of the monuments with heritage and iconic lighting so that they are visible during the night as well. There is tourism, there is religious tourism, and these monuments, if well lit, they create an iconic image. So this is BHU gate in Varanasi, or a simple thing like a Doordarshan tower, TV tower, so inviting. It need not be always color changing. We can play with color when we want. Otherwise, we can have the same light sources installed and just turn them to white or warm white light. So this is High Court in Allahabad. which is also illuminated using color kinetics LED solutions. Or a police commissioner office building in Jaipur. It's again a heritage monument building, about 100-year-old building, which is illuminated using our LED solutions. A simple application like a bridge in Lucknow, it becomes a talk of the town. Or a small village town like Jaunpur has a very beautiful bridge, and its beauty is increased many-fold using color-changing lighting. I mean, looking at the image, you can compare it with any image in Europe, illuminated bridge. Or example of Victoria Memorial Hall in Kolkata, or few religious monuments nearby, Anandpur Sahib, or Dargah Sharif in Ajmer, or a clock tower, or a Jalgad Palace. A railway station building like Vijayawada. Again, these are the examples I am showing here, case studies. A city can look at their own spaces and decide to illuminate them well, which increases the perception of livability, perception of belongingness to the city for the citizens. Most of the cities also own many sporting avenues, a stadium or indoor or outdoor stadium, which is typically used maybe once or twice a year. Rest of the time it is not utilized much. A city can decide to renovate these monuments, these sporting avenues with right lighting, and generate and increase revenue from these locations as well. So in all, we have done almost 50,000 installations of monument lighting, facade lighting across the globe. Few of the example, the India Gate, the Rashtrapati Bhavan, our President of India had tweeted about it as well, or the North Block, South Block. Few global monuments, Empire State Building, we all are aware about it. Again, so every year when there is a New Year celebration, 31st December celebration on the New Year Eve at New York, there is a Times Square ball which falls from one of the tower. That also is using Philips color kinetics solutions, the LED solutions. This is one of the bridge in San Francisco called Bay Bridge. So the way this system is, it's very interesting to know how this lighting of bridge happens. The LED systems installed here are so intuitive. They take inputs from wind, water flow, or the waves and sound of the Bay Bridge nearby area. Basis that input, the lighting of this bridge gets dynamic patterns. So every day there is a different pattern to look at. Every day there is more and more visitors, localites also coming over there and enjoying the monument over there. Then I talked about solar solutions. So many of the areas of city are such where probably we don't want to put up separate power line, cabling and all, like parks, open areas. We can also utilize solar energy with our LED solutions, where instead of a pole and a large shabby looking panel and a battery box, we can go for an all-in-one solution where a street light has a solar panel on top and a battery inbuilt, and it can run for 24 hours without interruption, so 2 days kind of a backup. So we call it all-in-one solution. Or a solar street light can be as aesthetically designed as this post op. You would see installations. The image over here is of Vizag city. Almost 600 such solar post ops have been installed. Even in New Delhi Municipal Council, they have installed about 100 such post ops across the Lutyens Delhi area. So apart from decorative lighting, facade lighting, we also do roads and street for the city. So here Ghaziabad is also utilizing Philips lighting solutions for the recently inaugurated stretches of the highways. We have done almost 1,000+ installation of connected and smart street light, which are individually connected to the cloud server and talks about any fault which occurs automatically to the authority over a dashboard. In India, we have done installations. Largest installations are like Pune city, almost 80,000 street lights installed. Nagpur city, which is now ranking #1 as smart city, is utilizing Philips LED street light solutions. Naya Raipur Development Authority, which has now been entered into smart city movement, is utilizing our system for last 5 years, and 5 years ago they installed smart system, and this year they integrated that system with their command and control center as well. So installing a system, Ghaziabad today is not a smart city, but nobody stops Ghaziabad to install smart systems and aspire to become a smart city in due course of time. So with this, I'll thank you all for looking at and listening to me carefully. Thank you.